Hey, Teal Nation, welcome back to another episode of the Chant Pod presented by Revolution Mortgage. I'm Sam Wiederhaft, talking hoops once again this week after the men's team grabbed a huge road win over Winthrop to sweep the season series, and junior guard AJ Dancler was a huge part of that win. He scored 18 points and is averaging nearly 15 a game this season after playing 2 years at Lemoyne. AJ came on to talk about how his game has evolved while playing in this program, his Indiana roots, we had some fun talking about that one, and how good of a 2K player he is. So, here's my conversation with AJ Dancler. Back with men's basketball on this episode of the Chant Pod, presented by Revolution Mortgage, talking with guard AJ Dancler. AJ, appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes, sir.
Talk me through your season so far. I know we're still pretty early, but about a month in. Just how have you been enjoying this season so far with Coastal?
I've been enjoying it. Obviously, it's different from my last school. It's a much bigger school, so I feel like we get a lot more support, like from a basketball standpoint, from the students and fans and stuff. So it's been a really good transition. You know, Coach Gray's done a great job of helping me, make that jump from a lower conference to a, mid-major conference. So I've been loving it so far.
Big time win for you guys most recently this past weekend at Winthrop. You sweep the season series in a really big rivalry match. I mean, that game this past weekend was 88-84. You scored 18 points. Just take me through what went into that road victory.
Yeah, obviously we needed that win because the game before that we had lost. It would come down to the wire. So the whole week in practice, it was just kind of like figuring out how to win close games. And, I felt like we did a great job at that. So we was pumped to beat Winthrop again. Obviously, they're like a rival to us. So just going into it, we were very excited and knew we had to get the sweep. So.
And you mentioned it. It was an overtime loss to USC Upstate on the road the game before that, just a few days before. So how big was that for you guys to come back out and win a road game like that and really make a statement?
Yeah, that one sucked, because, we was up almost 20 in the first half. So it's kind of tough to let a team come back. And then, especially on the road, letting them come back from down 20, they got a lot of momentum. So, obviously that was a big emphasis for us is, when the games get tough, stand together. I felt like in the Upstate game, we kind of separated from each other when, things got tough. So I think we did a way better job versus Winthrop at that. So.
This team's seen a lot of new faces to this group this year. You're one of those.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think this team has really come together through the non-conference part of your schedule?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot of new faces, which is like any other program now that the transfer portal is a thing. I think we did a great job of, gelling together, especially like off the court. We hang out with each other almost every day. So I think that lays our foundation of, on the court and off the court.
Now, AJ, you're a really fun player to watch. You can shoot the ball really well. You can rebound really well. You're able to share the ball at a really high level. How would you describe your game?
I would say I could pretty much play any position 1 through 3, not the 4 or 5, obviously because of my height. But yeah, I think I could pretty much do everything on the court. Obviously rebounding has been a emphasis for me this year. I think I'm at like 6 right now. So rebounding from a guard position is big for me because it allows me to push the transition break. And then 3-pointers, that's always been a part of my game. Always been a good shooter. And then it's really crazy because this is like the first year that I'm like purely point guard. Like obviously at my old school, I was kind of like combo. I was off the ball a little bit. So I think this is different for me because it allows me to really show everything I can do. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, you're rebounding like a 4 or a 5 right now.
Yeah,
I think you're second on the team in rebounds. Yeah. Just how much have you put into that aspect of your game?
Yeah, I honestly in the transfer portal, talking to Coach Life and Coach Gray, that was something that they was looking for out of me is, was I able to rebound? Like I said, rebounding from the guard position allows us guards to push the break. So, that's kind of my reason for going in there and get the rebounds. And I give a lot of credit to my bigs also because they kind of fighting down there and getting their man out the way and allows us to come in and clean those rebounds up.
Yeah. And you mentioned this year playing solely point guard. Just how much do you think playing for this team and in this system with Coach Gray has really just allowed you to open up your game?
Yeah, Coach Gray is a phenomenal coach. He's a player's coach. So anything on the court that I feel like I'm not doing well or I need to do better, I just go to him, talk about it with him. And he kind of gives me a lot of pointers, obviously because he's played with great players, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, players like that. So he knows a lot about the game. So just going to him helps me a lot, at that point guard position.
You played 2 years at Lemoyne in Syracuse, New York, now at Coastal. You talked about your relationship with Coach Gray. It sounds great. What was that? Why was Coastal the right decision for you?
Yeah, it's a few reasons. The first is Indiana roots. You know, Coach Lightfoot, he's from Indiana. He was actually recruited me out of high school to go to Western Carolina, but I didn't choose them. So just him coming back and recruiting me in the portal, it meant a lot to me. It showed that he really wanted me as a player and cared about me as a person. And then my boy Rashid and Dejan, we kind of grew up together, so that's another big reason. And then honestly, just the play style. Just coming in during my visit, they landed everything on the table, and it sounded good, looked good, and felt like it was a perfect fit.
Man, we're going to get into those Indiana roots, which I'm really excited to talk about.
Yeah.
But you talk about being from the Midwest. You play in upstate New York for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Now you're in the South on the coast. Have you had to adjust at all, just as a person, to this new area?
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of wake up and just in a better mood, just because I see the sun a little bit more.
Yeah.
In Syracuse, obviously, it's not all sunshine, but
yeah,
I've been loving it out here.
Yeah. You led Lemoyne in scoring last year. You were one of the best shooters in the conference last season. Just what did last year do for your confidence as a player?
Yeah. Honestly, like at the beginning of the year, I honestly wasn't playing to the standard that I wanted to. I wasn't playing as much. So at the end of the year, coach kind of trusted me some more, kind of put some more confidence in me. And from there, I kind of took off. So I'm just trying to bring that into this year and get some wins with my new team.
And we were talking about it before this. Lemoyne is the Dolphins, which I can't figure out, being a team in Syracuse, how you're the Dolphins. Very strange. But, played well there for a couple of years. But before that, Indiana guy from Indianapolis, went to Southport High School. Just let everybody know how different it is to play high school basketball in the state of Indiana.
49 states is just high school basketball. Indiana is different.
That's right.
I think we got some of the best basketball high school gyms around the country. Obviously, Southport, I think we was like number 7 for biggest gym in the country.
It's a nice one.
Just the atmosphere of high school basketball in Indiana is just different from everywhere else, I think. It's a lot of good players that come out of Indiana, and I think it was kind of hard for me getting recruited out of high school just because of all the talent in Indiana. So that was fun, playing all 4 years at Southport, breaking records. So I wouldn't take it for granted.
Yeah, you went to Southport. I went to Carmel. Just really, really good environments in Indiana high school basketball. How do you think playing in those environments really prepared you to take that next step and play at the collegiate level?
Yeah, honestly, Indiana high school basketball is kind of similar to college. The way the refs the way his coaching is. It's a lot of high school coaches from Indiana that end up being college coaches. So I think that really prepared me good. And also the physicality. It's pretty physical in Indiana for high school basketball. So, I think definitely prepared me.
What's your opinion on the no shot clock?
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about it. Yeah, it's kind of different. Teams hold the ball for a whole minute or even like a whole quarter. So that's definitely different. I feel like that's like the biggest adjustment I had to make.
Take me through that, right? Because I remember, I was broadcasting in high school, and it's a totally just different style of basketball. So as a player, when you have to adjust from all of a sudden, no shot clock to a shot clock, how'd you have to do that?
Well, the first is you have to get in shape because it's a lot faster game, shorter possessions, obviously. So getting in shape and then just learning how to push and break, get some quick shots, and not just taking the best quick shot, but the best available shot. I feel like it's kind of the biggest thing for me.
Do you have a favorite high school memory from playing?
I would say my layup against Decatur Central, breaking my scoring record at Southport. That was definitely my biggest high school moment for sure.
It's incredible. Talking with AJ Dancler on the Chant Pod, presented by Revolution Mortgage. So you mentioned that you, Rashid, DeJean Craig, all Indianapolis guys. Just talk me through what your relationship is like.
Yeah, I've been knowing Dejan since we was like little kids. Obviously, he played at Belzer Middle School. I played at Fall Creek Middle School, which is in Lawrence Township. We was actually supposed to go to Lawrence Central together and play, but that didn't work out. But we just grew up together, been playing against each other since kids, and it's finally playing together. So that's nice.
You keep going with Rashid.
Yeah, Rashid. That's my guy. Like we've seen so much together, been through so much together. So he was really a big part of why I came here, honestly. And I give my hats off to him. Everything he's been through. With Coach Gray, coming back to Coach Gray, he's living proof of what it means to actually like go through it in college basketball. So,
And how unique is it to have guys that you grew up with and played against to now be playing on the same team together?
yeah, it's really cool because, I mean, we didn't expect this. We didn't, plan this out or nothing. So, that's cool. All our parents are happy. All our family back home is happy to see us play. So.
Yeah, I said this on the last podcast. We were talking with Tessa Grady of the women's team, who's from Ohio, and I said that every kid in the Midwest, especially Indiana, grows up with a basketball hoop in their backyard or in their driveway. I'm sure you did. Just talk me through how your basketball journey really got started.
Yeah, honestly, I started playing when I was probably 4 years old, but I really didn't like basketball at first. So I took a year off. Then I started playing again when I was about 6. I looked up a lot to my bigger brother. He played at Lawrence Central. Just watching him play, going to all his games and stuff, kind of motivated me to play. So ever since then, I kind of never put the basketball down.
Yeah. You talk about your brother. I mean, were there any other players, whether it was college, NBA, that you grew up watching and wanting to be like?
Yeah, I watched a lot of Cal Guy growing up because that was one of my brother's closest friends. So
he was the man.
Yeah, just seeing him, hanging around him, I kind of wanted to model my game after him.
Yeah, went to Virginia, was an incredible player there, won a national championship.
Yes, sir.
And he was a Lawrence Central guy, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When did you realize that playing basketball at a collegiate level was something that you could do and really wanted to do?
Yeah, I really didn't know till 7th grade year of high school because honestly, I was a football kid. I liked football better than basketball, but once I realized my potential that I had with basketball, I kind of put down the football, and since then I took off with it. So,
what was your position in football?
Quarterback.
Oh man, you were the guy. You were slinging it around,
running the team.
Man, that's incredible.
Yes, sir.
I was just going to ask you, when you're not on the basketball court, what are some things that you're doing? What are some hobbies that you have?
2K. Can't nobody mess me in 2K.
Yeah.
Anybody want to play me in 2K? I'm putting everything down on it.
You're the guy.
Yeah.
You're the best player on the team.
Yes, sir.
AJ, I'll close this one out with obviously a great win against Winthrop. You got Grand Canyon this weekend in Arizona. You're on the road for the entire month of December, and then back at home once conference play begins. But just how much are you looking forward to playing these games in the Sun Belt and conference play in general?
Yeah, obviously our non-conference play is going to be probably a little bit tougher than our conference play. Coming in this month of December, we know we had all road games, so it's challenging, but I think we're ready for it. Obviously, we lost a tough one, our first one this month, but we bounced back versus Winthrop, and hopefully we can keep that going. GCU will be a fun one. I got a lot of family there, so yeah, that's going to be a fun one. I have a lot of people there.
Awesome. AJ, good luck the rest of the year. It's been fun to watch you play so far, and appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you.
Really appreciate AJ coming on, and I'm glad we caught him because men's basketball is on the road for the entire month. Their next game is at Grand Canyon in Arizona on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Mountain West Network before Sunbelt play begins next week. Women's basketball grabbed a dub over UNCG on Wednesday. They're now off for a week before their conference opener against JMU next Wednesday at 6 o'clock from the HTC Center. Coastal football, of course, got their bowl destination and opponent. It'll be against Louisiana Tech in the Independence Bowl on December 30th at 2 o'clock from Shreveport, Louisiana. That'll do it for this week on the Chant Pod, presented by Revolution Mortgage. Thanks to AJ Dancler for the great interview and the insight into Coastal men's basketball. Have a great weekend, Teal Nation. I'm Sam Wiederhaft, signing off. Shots up.